Right, so this video is solely for those that want to learn all about kids clothing. If you want to master how to get their crotch, their armhole, how to draft, and how to cut it. So this video will go a long way to explain to you in details everything you need to know about kids clothing, their crotch, and everything. So if this sounds like what you want to learn, kindly watch till the very end and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Now the first thing you must know is that in kids clothing we don't do most things we do on adult clothing. So now the first thing you know that in measurement of kids clothing, in the measurement of kids, we don't put we don't make it to be too fitted, because kids, they tend to grow rapidly. They tend to grow within a short period of time. So we are meant to give them that room for rap- rapid growth and increment in height and also in size. But this does not solely mean that you are going to make the clothes to be excessively big, right? You still need to give them that fitting they are looking for. And all the areas you need to measure are similar with the adult measurement areas. So I will not bug you with that. So I will also make you understand that in the kids measurements of the kids, you need to measure with the mindset that this outfit you're making can be worn within 3 to 6 months. And consider the fact that kids grow and add both in height and in size within a short period of time. Unlike the adults, that our growths are kind of slow and change in height and body size are slow, unlike children, right? Kids can easily add or reduce depending on the nature or the circumstances that is around them. So now, when you have known that in measurement, you measure in accordance to the customer's chest, shoulder, sleeve length, neckline, top length, the waist. If you're making a trouser that has a belt, then if you are not making a trouser that has a belt, you don't need the waist. You only need the hip, the lap, the knee, the ankle, and the trouser length. I have made a video on how to measure a kid, which I will add the link somewhere around this video so you can make do to watch it. But if you still want to learn more, just follow the same pattern or process which I used in measuring the adult, and you will still get the same results with the kids measurement. So the main thing in this video is to tell you the details on how to derive the crotch, armhole, and neckline calculations. So here, when you want to get the armhole of a child, right? The armhole. Now also be in mind, on kids clothing, you could either have both either a short sleeve, a three-quarter, or a long sleeve in respect to their choice or their preferences. So the same rule that states that the armhole of long sleeves and three-quarter sleeves are the same for adults still holds on the children outfit. The armhole is still the same pattern we use to get everything. So let's assume that we have a chest of, let's say, 25, right? Now, if you divide this by 4, you are going to have 6.25. That's 6 1/4. 6 1/4, right? So now, this 6 1/4, if you're making an armhole for long sleeve, okay, let's start from short sleeve. Short sleeve armhole. You could even do it either 6.5 or 7 for the armhole. Now, the reason you have to do it this way is because you have to consider, like I said earlier, the growth of children, right? You don't necessarily need to, reduce or stick to what you measured. You need to consider their growth. As long as your measurement is correct, this is what you should do. So for short sleeve, you can do it 6.5 or 7. For armhole of for chest of 25. Now, what happens to long sleeve and 3/4? What you do is, if you had used 7 for his armhole for short sleeve, you have to minus 1 from it and use 6, right? Then, but if you're not making a long sleeve or whatsoever, when you get a division that gave you 6 1/4, just take the major whole number there and ignore the fraction. That's the 1/4 or the 2/5, whatever. That's take the major whole number and do for your long sleeve or 3/4 sleeve. Now, this will also give room and make sure that the outfit gives the child ease and comfort when particularly is putting on the outfit. So that is for the armhole. It goes for all sizes of children, as long as the person in question cannot be classified as an adult. So that's for that. Now, for their neckline. Now, for the neckline, now their neckline still follows the same process of n over 6 minus 0.3. Now, this n here is a variable, which signifies that whatever you have on your neck measurement should be divided by 6, and you subtract 0.3 from it to get the value for your width walls, for the width of the neck, right? Now, to get the depth of their neck, you have to still do n over 6 minus 0.3 plus half. This can also be written as width plus half. This simply means that whatever answer you use to get your width, add half to that, and you get your what? Depth of your neckline. So these are the formulas you can use. So let's assume that you have a child and the neckline is 12, for example. If you equate this 12 in the formula, you have 12 over 6, which is going to give us 2. Then you have to subtract 0.3 from it, and you have 1.7, right? That means that the width of their neck is 1.7. That's 138. And then what you need to do now is, to get the depth, you have to add half to this. To get your depth, you will be having 2.2, right? So which can be said to be 2 1/4. So when you have mastered the adult formula, you can still use the same formula to derive the kid's outfit. The little thing you will do is to consider the ease and make sure the outfit is not too fitted nor too big as well. It should be moderate, and give them the insane allowance that they can use to expand the clothes even in the next 1 year or 6 months, 8 months, depends on the child's rapid growth rate. So that is for the neckline. So let's go to the crotch. Now, for the crotch, if you follow the formula I gave us, in children, it is almost impossible to measure their crotch. Like I told us that in adult outfit, we have 4 methods to get the crotch, either by measurement of the crotch, by upright sitting position, that's asking the client to sit on a chair while you measure the waist region to the base of the chair, or the quarter length of the trouser, and then lastly the hips over 4. So these are the 4 methods you can use to derive or get a female, an adult male crotch, right? So it is also going to work for the children, but in most cases you might not be able to control them, to stand erect for you to measure, or keep them on a chair for you to measure. So which will now simply give you the last formula, which is more convenient as hips over 4. So this formula states that whatever be the hip measurement, divide by 4. So let's assume that the hip you have is 30 for the child, right? Then if you divide by 4, you'll be having 7.5, right? Because 7.5 times 2 is 15, times 2 again is 30, right? So you have 7.5. So this simply means that for a child that has a hip of 30, the crotch is 7.5. Now, at this point, you are not going to minus anything or whatsoever. Instead, you are going to add if there is any need, and bear in mind that your addition should come in respect from your measurement region. Like when you are taking their measurement, especially if it is an infant that still wears pampers, you must make sure that when you are taking that measurement, the child in question is on his pampers, or rather you can still increase your tape reading to give you that ease allowance to accommodate the pampers of the baby. But on no account should you make the clothes to be a very fitted outfit, even though the parent might request for a fitted outfit, but still know that in wearing the clothes of children tends to be a little bit difficult, especially when it is too fitted, right? So these are more what I have taught now. So if you find this video interesting, if you are still watching till this very moment, I believe you must have hit the subscribe button and also the like button of this video, and also comments to encourage me to be making more videos like this. All you owe me now is to like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment, and that is all the money you are going to pay me. There's nothing else you will do to reward me than liking the video, subscribing, and commenting. And furthermore, the subscription is free. It's not something you can pay. It's just a free subscription for you to be notified when I make or post new videos just like this. Now, the last thing I want to tell you is that in cutting a kid's outfit, aside mastering your measurement areas and everything, there is one important thing you also need to know, especially on their neck region. The neck of the outfit should not be bigger or too wide than their fitted neck measurement. Now, how do you avoid that? Make sure that the tape is properly seated on the child's neck, and when you have drafted, when you are trying to trim the neck, you need to be very careful in the neck trimming so that you don't exceed the actual neckline of your customer, right? So when you have gotten to this stage, kids clothes tends to be a bit difficult if you don't know the basis or the basics that you must know before venturing into it. But then kids clothes could be one of the most lucrative, the simplest, the cheapest, and the fastest outfit you can make for your child, for a child, and or for a client, and you'll be paid handsomely, right? Because children, their parents whom loves sewing for their children always go for the best, and they want the best for their child. There are some parents that they can spend a whole lot on their children's outfits, unlike how much they spend on their personal outfit. So I think I'll end it here, and then I'll also make a time to create a video on how to draft and stitch a child's outfit. So if you wish to see and learn more on this, kindly comment I am interested to watch this drafting and stitching aspects of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.